Hi, I'm JJ Barnes and you are watching another episode of Creative Writing for Kids. Today I'm going to be talking to you about descriptions, because descriptions are how you fill in the spaces between the conversations. Because you can have a story that is built by he said, she said, and it's a bit like a script for a film. You're describing what the characters say to each other, and then you might sort of say, then they walked here, then they walked there, and move them around. But it's quite dry. It's not very interesting because your characters are obviously a major focus for your story, and what they say to each other is very important because the humanity of those people is why you read the story in the first place. You want to know what happens to those people. But the space around them, that's what I'm talking about today. Because when you write your lines of dialogue, there's a lot more going on in your story than just what they say to each other. There's the room they're in, the feelings they're feeling. And if you leave it as a dry script, essentially just words that they say, you don't get any of that. So what you should do is when you write your scene, write your story about your characters, pick one to be your POV character. And POV is point of view. So you're describing everything everybody's saying in the scene, but your POV character is where you put your descriptions. So what do they think about the room they're in? What are they feeling about what the words are said? Because you can get lost if you try and describe every single character's feelings. Then you start getting into the flowery language space where you're doing so much description that the story gets stuck and doesn't move forwards because you're spending all your time describing everything other than the story. But you do need to describe it, so you pick one person, one character. And then you talk about how they feel about the room they're in. Does it make them have any memories about something? Does it smell strange to them? Is it cold for them? When you're talking about what the other characters are saying, how does that POV character feel about that person? Do they think they're being a bit mean when they speak, or do they think they're funny? Because what your other character thinks or feels could be completely different. And that's okay, because everybody in a room will think and feel differently. But by picking a POV character for that scene, for that conversation, you're getting their interpretation, their personal response to it. And it could be revealed later that they were wrong, but that's fine, that's interesting, that's conflict. That makes your story, dynamic. So describe how your character feels about the room they're in. Have they been there before? Do they like it there? Do they like the colours? Do they like the smells? Do they like the sounds of the place they're in? Where do they like to sit? Why do they choose where they sit? All of these things build an image in your reader's head of what the room is like, so that they aren't just in a white box, but it's rooted in a person's feelings. And because your story is about people, your descriptions should be about people too. And you can pick a different person for your POV character in different places in your story, that's fine. But in the scene you're writing, have just one, and then as they move through the scene, talk to the people in it. You get a humanity and some beautiful description too. I hope this has helped you. I have a website. On my website, jjbarnes.co.uk, I have a whole page that I have grown actually, and it's now several pages, and it's got activities and games and resources designed to help you with your creative writing, to grow your imagination, get you thinking, get you having ideas that you can then put on paper and turn into stories. I also have a Facebook page, Creative Writing for Kids with JJ Barnes. Come and find me over there and share what you're doing. Show me what you are putting in response to these games and activities that I'm posting, because I love seeing how you're enjoying your creative writing, because stories are my absolute passion. I love everything about stories, and therefore I love your stories too. Parents, I have social media, it's all below. I post loads of adult writing advice too, more depth, more sort of complicated advice and grown-up references, but basically saying the same thing, just to help you as adults grow your writing abilities too. Don't forget to subscribe to this video. I like getting the subscriptions because it helps my channel grow, and that's always useful for me. So thank you very much, and I'll be back again soon. Bye.